Hi, welcome to today's reading. So this reading is a really fun one. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is you guys think of a question. It can be just anything that you're interested in finding out about that's going to come up, or it could be about a person, certain situation. The kind of question is probably best to ask like a yes or a no question, but that's still like a 50-50 chance. So I'm not, so make sure that it has a little bit more detail than just yes or no, because what I'm going to be doing is not only am I going to give you the answer to your question, but I'm also going to be telling you why that's the answer. And then we're also going to look at if you don't like that answer, just anything you can do to get it to go your way, okay? If that's possible. So that said, hopefully those instructions are clear. Just think of a question that you want guidance on or that you would like guidance on, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Just wanted to say, as always, anything that you need to know about me is going to be in that description. We still have a couple of those coupon codes left, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the pinned comment. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that too. So that said, let's go ahead and point out the piles. Now I'm going to tell you which pile, in what order it is. You guys pick whichever pile is pulling towards you for your question. If you want to ask more than one question, then you can just pick another pile for your other question, okay? When I'm done naming the piles, you can always pause them pause the video. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and start with that very first pile. All right. So pile number 1 is the yellow. Pile number 2 is black. Pile number 3 is red. Pile number 4 is purple. Pile number 5 is white. Pile number 6 is green. Pile number 7 is blue, and pile number 8 is orange. All right, guys, so if you want to go ahead and pause the video and pick your pile, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, we are going to be starting with pile number 1, which is this yellow one. All right, guys. So all I'm doing is just moving these out of the way so I can lay out all of these cards. Okay. Hi, those of you who picked the yellow pile, here is your reading. So in this situation, there's actually just no need to worry about this, okay? We have, yes, stability and security. That really goes with the no need to worry too. So yeah, we have the King of Wands, we have the Hanged Man, okay? And then we have the 4 of Swords. So that also, this is very well lined up. With the Hanged Man, we've got making sure that you are looking at things from a different perspective, okay? So if you have been just at the situation, looking at it from one way, try to see what it would be like from maybe another person's point of view, or for an opposing point of view. You might want to play devil's advocate, that kind of thing. And know that it's not like, it's weird because the Hanged Man can sometimes talk about stagnant energy. I don't feel like it's stagnant as much as it's like you're where you're supposed to be right now. So it's like even though the situation is moving, you're in the right place right now in order to get to that point where you need to be to reach your goals within the situation. So that might be another just piece of advice for you in this particular situation, is just know that you might be jumping ahead of yourself in this situation, and that right now it's still time to rest a little, make sure that you're giving yourself a lot of attention and all of that kind of stuff, especially if it's in a love relationship. This is kind of counseling to think more about yourself, self-care and that kind of stuff. If it's not a love situation, then this would be counseling to make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure that you are doing some introspection, you're really thinking hard about what you want, setting intentions and setting goals and that kind of stuff so that you know exactly where you want to get. But you don't have to worry about the situation because it's going to present itself, like an answer is going to present itself to you. Now we have the King of Wands, so we have a male energy here. This could be you, or it could be somebody else involved in the situation, but we do have a male energy that's like This brings to mind drama, passion. It also brings to mind a person who is very, very intuitive. This could be like if you work with deity, or if you work with a spirit guide or something like that, this might be referencing that. But I understand not everybody believes in that. Just take what resonates. But it could be that, or it could be an older figure that's really wise to you. So perhaps, a father or grandfather, or that kind of figure. Okay, so we've got that. This could also represent. No, I was going to say this could represent your person if you're in a love relationship, but no, this is somebody else. So just kind of keep that in mind. And this person is going to help you see clearer. So when we talk about getting a different perspective, or at least making sure you're looking at all sides of this, there's going to be somebody that's either going to it's important to you, that's going to help you, or somebody who just happens to have this energy will say something around you, and it will help you get that clarity that you need. All right, but the bottom line is not to worry. You are secure in this situation. Okay, you're right where you need to be. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching my reading. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I post these videos all the time. Okay. Hi, those of you who picked the black bow, here is your reading. Love. I would be surprised if this isn't a love situation, especially since we have the High Priestess, Judgment, and the Ace of Cups. This says choose a new direction. Okay. So this is really interesting. It's just really interesting because it's not saying no. It's just showing that, like, your approach right now isn't the best approach. And we've got this image of the eye with the moon inside of it. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to see if I can it looks like So this, and then when we have the High Priestess and the with the moon imagery at the bottom, right there, I really feel like we're talking about a lot of real feminine energy, a lot of real sitting in stillness and listening to that inner voice, making certain that you're open, and making certain that when you are approaching this situation, that you're approaching it with love, that you're approaching it with, this is what you love to do. This is something that you enjoy. And don't take the joy out of this by taking away the idea that you enjoy. Like don't take the joy out of it by confusing it for something else. And by that, what I mean is sometimes we'll be interested in someone, and we might say to other people that we're in love with them and all of that, but in actuality, we might maybe really nag that person, or not be very emotionally available to that person, or, we might basically not be the most loving person in the world to that person, right? So what this is showing me is just that make sure that if this is a person, or if this is a situation, do it with love. Like when I say that, I also mean like, put love into your voice when you talk to them. It's one thing to be like, hi, how are you? And it's a different thing to be like, oh, hi, it's so good to see you, that kind of thing. I'm not telling you to act in any way that you're not. I'm just saying, I'm doing that as an exaggeration to show you what I mean. The High Priestess and this choose a new direction does show me that there's some kind of better way to do this, and that you're right now in the process of figuring that out by using your intuition. I feel like this is a lesson in trusting yourself, and it's also a little bit of a lesson on not being impulsive, but by going with your gut. Because sometimes people feel like, oh, well, if I did everything I felt like doing, then I'd be, a wreck. I'm not telling you do what you feel like. I'm doing, because with judgment, that's like a calling. It's like an inner calling. It's a call to action, right? By going with your gut, that doesn't mean that you have to go quickly. It's just that you've got to trust that whatever nudge you get, it might be weird. It might be like, maybe you're supposed to park in a different parking spot, or it could be like, not go to that store, but go to a different store, that kind of thing. It could be something like that, or it could just be simply, you don't know what to do in a situation. You just get this little feeling that this is a way to handle it. Go with that. That's going to be your best guide. And also understand that there's going to be a real strong emotional element about this situation. I'm not getting that it's positive or negative, just that it's emotional. So definitely prepare yourself for that. If you're the kind of person who doesn't like to show emotion a whole lot, and this card, is really, trying to help you know that you're supposed to put more emotion into what you're doing, just understand that this is going to be an emotional time, okay, until this situation is resolved. But another thing I want to say about this situation is that you probably asked about a pretty big thing. And the reason I'm saying that is that you've got two major arcana cards. I understand some people call them arcana cards, but I say it arcana. So yeah, you have two major arcana cards and you have an ace. Aces tend to talk about a new cycle, a new beginning, or in this case, new emotion and new flow, a new flow of energy. Okay? So this is a really beautiful reading. I like this. Thank you so much for choosing me to do this reading for you. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed your reading, go ahead and hit like. You might want to subscribe. I post readings like this all the time, and they're usually a lot longer. Thank you so much. Hi, those of you who picked the red, here is your reading. Oh my goodness, this is a big deal. Oh, wow. Spiritual awareness. So you guys are really vibrating at a high level right now. This probably is a very cerebral or a very spiritual question. We have the Sun, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Cups. So this is showing very, very positive outcomes. But here's the deal. We have also not the right time, okay? So when we have a situation here where it's like you're spiritually aware, it's like you know that this is what's supposed to happen. You know that you're supposed to either hook up with somebody because you just feel that charisma and you just have that knowledge with you, or you know that you're supposed to enter a certain business agreement, or you know that you're supposed to be working with maybe a different person, and this is representing you meeting that new person. Also, given that there's so many people in this, I'm going to go ahead and say that most of you probably picked a question that had to do with a person or had to do with networking, like business in a way where you're definitely needing to network there, okay? But either way, you've got help. First off, you have the awareness of what you need to do. You already know what to do in this situation. It's kind of like being a little uncertain about whether or not that really is going to reap benefits. It will. We've got the Sun. This is a very, very good card. It lets us know not only, it's not just about positive and being positive and being happy and that kind of stuff. It's not just that. It's also talking about bringing light to a situation. So if there's something about this that's kind of hidden from you, like that you're not able to see right now, or if, for example, you're having an issue where there's somebody you want to get a hold of, but maybe they're not responding to you right now or something like that. It's like that mystery will reveal itself to you very soon, actually. I would actually put this within the next month. I typically don't get timings with really quick readings, but I would put this in within the next month. Again, it's not the right time now, but that doesn't mean that it's not soon. And I do feel like it's soon. The Queen of Pentacles here, this could represent you, or it could represent somebody else in the situation. This is letting us know that you've got to stay in your body. You've got to make sure that you are grounding yourself to reality. Make sure that you're interacting with a lot of objects. I know that might sound kind of weird, but sometimes I get strange information. I just have to say it. But yeah, make sure that you're interacting with certain objects. Make sure that, for example, if you need to clean, go ahead and clean. Get rid of stuff that you don't need, because you're about to gain a lot of like gain a lot of abundance or gain a lot more material. So you need to really clean out anything that's not serving you right now. This could be metaphorically, it could be that you're supposed to just clean out any kind of situation that's not serving you right now. Perhaps there's a negative energy in your life that, you know, like maybe it's a person or something like that, or maybe you just know that you need to switch jobs or something like that. I'm not telling you that you need to get rid of somebody or that you need to switch jobs. I'm just saying it might be something like that too. But I feel like what you are supposed to be working on, if this represents you, is you're supposed to be working on yourself. You're supposed to make sure that you're pampering yourself too, and that you're taking care to get enough rest and feeding yourself well and that kind of stuff. Because I really feel like the focus needs to be on you before this can happen, whatever this represents. I feel like it's going to be some kind of partnership though, or the meeting of two minds, that kind of thing. So yeah, but again, you already know the answer to this question. It's almost like you just wanted confirmation. All right. So thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. I know it's short, but typically they're a lot longer. If you enjoyed your reading, go ahead and click like, subscribe. I post these all the time, and I will see you at our next reading. Hi, those of you who picked the purple pile, here is your reading. Oh goodness, we have sexual energy. That's an interesting one to get. We also have the Knight of Wands, which I've always felt is a really phallic symbol. So we have that too. We've got the World. We've got the Three of Wands as well. And then we have No. Okay. This is interesting because I don't know what you guys are asking about, obviously. But it's weird because whatever you asked, at the same time, it says the world, so it's like you're going to get the world. So maybe you asked a negative question, you know, like, should I just walk away from this situation or something like that? It's like, no, because you're going to be able to do okay here. Either way, whether this no represents you, you staying in a situation, or whether it represents you leaving a situation, just know that you have access to everything that you want, based on whatever your question is. Okay. If you've got to leave a situation to do it, just know that everything that you've been longing for is going to come to you. Okay. With the Knight of Wands and the sexual energy, I feel like that. I'm just trying to think. Okay, I feel like there's a superficial energy here that might be fun, and that's okay, but it might not be perfectly aligned with what you want in this situation, okay? It really is going to depend on who asked. I mean, it's really going to depend on the context, because sometimes sexual energy is a really, really good thing. Because for example, in a relationship, okay, if you've got sexual energy and the Knight of Wands, you've got somebody who's wanting to offer themselves to you, and is typically a positive person, okay, who's not gonna, for example, isn't going to use you, for example, right? And that sexual energy is just helps magnify that, okay? Sexual energy can also just refer to vitality in general, okay? So we also have that too. With this waiting though, I feel like there's something very physical that you need to happen in this situation for you to feel good about the course of this, okay? So with this no, if you've been waiting for something to happen and the answer is no, then it's going to be like that. You know, that's probably not going to happen. If you've been waiting for something to happen and you're like, should I should I just walk away? And the answer is no. It means, you know, keep waiting. This is going to come to pass. Okay. So it really is going to matter. I mean, when we have such a clear answer, because not all these are not just yes or no cards, right? This is, but not all of them are. When we have such a clear answer, it's really going to be dependent on what you're asking. But the way that you can change this, this card is supposed to be the advice card is with sexual energy or by feeling your body, your senses, okay? So keep that in mind. Passion. That might be another way of looking at it. What are you passionate about in this situation? And that kind of thing. But just know that you can have whatever it is that you want in a situation. It's just about needing to reposition yourself, okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching this reading, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, go ahead and hit like. Feel free to subscribe. I post these all the time. Thank you so much. Hi, those of you who picked the orange, here's your reading. Oh my goodness, we have Limitless. Okay, Celebration, the 8 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and this is the sign. Wow, this is a very, very empowering message. So the answer to your question is that you're just doing everything right in a situation, okay? And if you need that little nudge forward, know that, at least according to these cards, that's exactly, this is your nudge, okay? With the Limitless card, this is let me just show you what a different pile got. A different pile got Stability and Security as one of their cards, okay? This would be correspond to the root chakra, right? The Limitless card corresponds to all chakras being in alignment. And the reason that I use these cards is because I'm kind of looking for a general energy of what area in your life are you really good at, where you're going to be able to maybe turn the situation around or that kind of stuff. So your advice card is limitless. It's like your advice card is letting you know that this is basically a situation where anything can happen, and you're supposed to be doing this. This is a positive thing for you. This is a healthy thing for you. And it's going to really be something to celebrate. We've got this right here with the 8 of Cups. And this is the card that I kind of associate with no drama, or making sure that you are keeping yourself and anybody else involved aligned with being friendly towards one another, okay? Sometimes we can be in a situation where we're not using the most loving words with each other, or maybe there's just a lot of conflict and all of that. Get back into that positive energy if you are experiencing anything like this, so that you can make sure that there isn't any kind, so things can be more smooth. Now this could be a situation where somebody else that's been causing drama is going to be walking away, because as you see, the person's walking away in this, okay, and they're going into the darkness here with the moon and everything, and they're going away. So it could be that. Okay, so if there's been a troublemaker in this situation, that troublemaker is about to leave. I really feel like this represents you, the viewer. We've got a feminine energy, but a feminine energy with a lot of intuition, with a lot of creativity, a lot of warmth. I would consider this a very fiery person. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a fire sign or anything like that, but this would be a person who is in their power, in their creative process. You can change the situation if you want to, right? But this is a sign. Whatever you needed to know in a situation, this is confirming what you needed to know. All right. So thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's really short. Usually my readings are much, much longer, but I will post another reading very soon. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you at our next reading. Hi, those of you who picked the blue, here is your reading. And how interesting is that we have a blue card here with communication. Okay, so this is a big deal. We've got the Five of Wands, we've got the Devil, we've got the Moon, and then we have Reconsider. Okay, so it's like this. This can get better. if you want it to. But you might want to reconsider the situation as whether or not you even really want to be in this situation. That's the only, that's the advice. Here's how you can turn it around. So this is your advice card, which is referencing the throat chakra, or communication. The way that you can turn this situation around to where it's more healthy and it's working for you is if you can make sure that you're being very honest with your feelings, and that you're being and that you're communicating that, and it's lined up with what you really feel, right? Because if you're feeling like you care about someone, for example, but you also kind of get on to them all the time, they're not going to feel love, they're going to feel hostility. Right? It's like this is showing us that there's some unneeded conflict here, that is, it's not needed, you know? I would even say this might be coming from another person in the situation too. There might be some hurtful words that have been said, that have really gotten on your nerves and that kind of stuff. But it's because that person isn't using their communication skills. So if you step in and start using, making sure that you are very aligned with what your head and your heart are both telling you, and you communicate to that person, it should be a lot easier in that situation. Now, this could be obviously a love situation, or any other kind of situation. So with the devil here, we've got this temptation to do something that it's like you already know that you're not really supposed to do that. This could be like talking about social conventions, could talk about morals, or it could also just be talking that that maybe this is unhealthy for you, okay? And again, the way you turn that around is being communicative and making certain that you're aware that it doesn't have to be bad. It's like, I feel like some of you guys think that you have to maybe do something wrong in order for this to happen, or you have to do something that might compromise your morals a little bit in order for this to happen, but it doesn't have to be like that. You can still get what you want without compromising your morals. And I really hope that makes sense. And then we've got the moon. So the moon's letting us know that emotionally there are some things that are hidden. Some of it's going to be on your end. Some of it's going to be just somebody else involved in the situation is hiding their emotions too. And again, communication is what opened this up. But ultimately, especially when we have the devil card, and that's talking about excess, and we have a card that can be, show some conflict, reconsider can let us know that maybe this isn't the healthiest situation for you. You've got to just figure that out for yourself, whether or not this is something you want. And if it's something that you're really attached to, if it's something that you've been really working on and all of that, go ahead and try opening up that communication, okay? It could also mean that you're supposed to just write out what you're thinking and feeling about it so you can just process that, And, another thing that you can do with this conflict, if conflict keeps coming up, is you can turn conflict into kind of being playful. And that can bring a new energy to that, where the conflict's just, some people actually enjoy conflict. It's kind of weird, but some people like it. And that way it's not fun for the other person. If there's another person that's instigating with you a lot, if you make it fun, if you try to, be kind of playful about it, then they'll just stop, because it's, what they, for whatever reason, they're feeling hurt, and they want in the situation for you to know that, because they're not willing to communicate directly about that, okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. If you're not already, because I post these all the time, they're usually a lot longer. I just needed to do a real quick one today. Hi, those of you who picked the green pile, here is your reading. Okay, how interesting. We have a green card here. We've got connected. Okay, We have the Seven of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Fool, and then we have Unlikely. Okay, this is a situation that's clear to me, what's going on here. You've just got to move past this, because something new is going to come towards you that's a lot better. It will probably be something new in the same area, okay? So for example, if you asked about love, it's probably a new person that's better for you, or whatever's been happening to you in the past. Somebody is going to change that, okay? Or somebody is going to come in and be better for you than maybe some negative stuff that happened before. But this is saying not to disconnect. Make sure that you are interacting with people, even if you're more introverted, just make sure, like, you might even just want to chat with people online or something like that, because I feel like it's important for you to connect with other people right now. And yeah, so the Seven of Swords in this particular situation feels like lies to me. It feels like somebody has not been honest with you. And then the Three of Swords in this situation feels like somebody's really hurt your feeling. It feels like heartache. You can repair this, okay, by trying trying to find something new and better for you than this situation. Now, I want to point out that this card says unlikely. Now, I don't want to give anybody hope in a situation where it's just not supposed to be, but I do want to mention that when we have the Fool energy and we have unlikely, it's kind of interesting, because the Fool is all about doing something completely new, like starting a new journey and that kind of thing. So I feel like if you do something new in this situation, like very, very new, it would have to be something you've never done before, right? That maybe this situation could turn out better, okay? But your advice card isn't the Fool. Your advice card is to stay connected, okay? So I do want to mention that and be really upfront and open about that, okay? But it's like when I see the Fool and I see unlikely, it's like, this could turn around. But, I really think this is talking about getting out of a situation that's just hurting you. Maybe it's just not healthy for you, and finding something better. All right. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, go ahead and hit like, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you at our next reading. They're usually a lot longer. Hi, those of you who picked the white bow, here is your reading. Oh, we have presents. Okay. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Lovers. And we have Go. The time is right. How interesting is this? I feel like you're in a situation where you felt like you just can't win. Like maybe it's like you can't win, or somebody's being cold with you and it's really hard to get through to them, or it just feels maybe hopeless. Okay, there might be some feelings like that. I would say that they're more likely to be cerebral though, and it feels hopeless because of anxiety, or it feels hopeless because you've been thinking really negative, okay? So I do want to mention that sometimes just thinking about something negatively, or maybe having a nightmare about it, and thinking about that can really it can really like put a person's attitude in a very negative place, right? But what I'm getting though is that you are really, it's like you're being led, like there's a divine force in your life. Regardless of what you believe, there's some kind of force in this life that is pushing you onward and saying, this is going to come together. It's going to be beautiful. We have something new in the physical world, okay? So this is it's like there's gonna be a physical sign, okay? This could mention that you're gonna be able to make more money. This could be a business partner, but it's most likely a love a love situation, okay? So you might want to look to your partner if you have one for guidance in this situation, or this might be showing you that somebody that you're asking about is somebody that you're going to be with eventually, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, I just really feel like it's felt so negative that it's really difficult for you to keep going, but you're being encouraged to keep going in the situation, and just give it, I mean, I would say just give it a couple more months, and at that point, if things still aren't going in a way that you think it should, that would be more of a time to figure out whether or not you want to stay in the situation, okay? Because I really feel like something big's about to happen. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Usually these videos are a lot longer, but I wanted to do a real quick one because this is always fun for me. So that said, thank you again, and I will see you at our next reading.